think that opportunity, especially when we talk about water and finding sustainable water sources, is a big issue all over the world, but maybe more here than in other parts of the world. So I think we have good to find business here, and the main reason we are here is actually to learn about the market, the African market, and how it is to do, how to find investments and stuff like that.
And so far, I mean, someone would be wondering and saying, hey, why as a startup company you're saying that you want to go beyond your own borders and say we want to try it elsewhere outside of our own borders? This is from where you come from.
Yeah.
Why that decision?
Because I want to help people where the problem is the biggest, and in Sweden we have these issues, but they aren't as big as they are here. So I definitely see that we in the future have different projects in Africa. I want to start by getting a marketplace in Sweden, of course, because that's where we stated. But I also want to move over here and do projects here in the future. Yeah.
All right. And someone watching us right now would be wondering, how does it work? What is his company? What is his institution? And how do they even do what he says he wants to come and do in Africa? How does it work?
We have a special technology for cleaning water, and we don't use chemical additives, which is pretty unique today. We are still developing the technology, so we're not really there to have a done product, but we do like tests of different water-based medium to see what's in them and what's in them afterwards when we have done our process. So I would like to do that here as well, to collaborate with companies based in Africa to try out water, maybe from the Victoria Lake or something like that, to get maybe a test to Sweden to see if there is anything we can do with that water, because yeah, there is pollution everywhere basically. So.
And so, the other interesting thing is that you are not the only ones actually who would be jumping into this area of water purification, and of course as a startup, how easy or how difficult do you think getting your space into this kind of industry is for now?
Well, I think that we need to get away from chemicals when we clean our water. Chemicals they shouldn't be in the nature, and that's the case today, that in some way or another, when we use chemicals to clean out pollution from water, it ends up in the nature. So I think that we need to get away from that, and that our technique is going to be, if we are thorough in our strategy work, I think that we could have a fair marketplace actually in this area, because our technique is patent. So we, yeah, I think our opportunities is great if we.
You have a space right there, and of course you say that you stand out because you're not using chemicals in the water purification. Yeah. Let's talk investments. What does it take? How much, for example, to put down?
It's a little bit early for me to say, but we are, as I said, we are still in the development of the technique. So actually, I don't want to go ahead and give you a number, because it's still very many parameters of our product that we need to sort out and kind of like that. So it's a little bit early to say.
It's a little bit earlier to say that someone interested watching you right now and has the money and wants to actually invest. Is there an opening for such? I mean, what sort of model do you have for financing?
For financing, I would like to, as I said, if we are actually at this moment waiting for important analysis in Sweden, and as soon as we get them, we will get a lot of answers about our technique, and if they fall out well, then I will not hold back. I will try to contact investors, firstly in Sweden, and then see what opportunities there is internationally to maybe start a test plant down here in Rwanda or in somewhere in the East Africa region. So, yeah.
And so what has been so far your biggest challenge in actually putting up to where you've reached right now with this particular goal?
I would say that the biggest challenge, because I have 4 team members home in Sweden, and one of them is the founder of this technique, and I think that founders that they are very good with ideas, but sometimes they need a little bit of help to package their brilliant idea for it to be a commercial product. So I would say that has been my biggest challenge to sort of see how can we sell this in a good way, and so that as many people as possible can use it. So, yeah.
And resource-wise, in terms of human resource, because at the end of the day, I mean, I'm sure you will not be doing everything on your own, the expertise and all that. How has it been like? Probably you can just let us in on how this is happening from where you sit.
Yeah, okay, so I can take the story quick. I was working in pharmacy earlier, so I quit my job, and then I didn't know what to do. This was about a year ago, so I decided to, after I read an article about Östersjön, which is a Swedish ocean between Sweden and Finland. It has big pollution, so I read an article about that and decided I wanted to do something for clean water. So that was the beginning of it, and I had my own idea. So I turned to a Swedish business incubator called MOBILIZATION, and I got help, and I met these other 2 gentlemen. One of them was 85 years old, and also the one that created this technology that we work with today. So they wanted a younger person to drive the project with them, and I needed to learn more. So there was a great synergy effects there. So we started to collaborate, and now we have also an engineer and also a guy that codes and programs all stuff. So.
Right. So when we're talking green economies, when we're talking going green, the message you want to tell young people is that there are opportunities there for young people as well.
Yes, it is definitely. I would like to say that if things, if what you want to do is important enough, you should do it.